All right, happy Wednesday, VIPs and guests. It's Coach Ron here on Facebook Live. Welcome, welcome. This is our Wednesday Q&A that we do at 1 o'clock every Wednesday. And this Q&A happens a couple of different places on Facebook. All right, Facebook, we do it in our free group. We also do it on my personal page and then also the business page around Facebook. So every Wednesday at 1 o'clock, the Q&A will be somewhere on Facebook. And today we're doing it on the personal page. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining us on the Q&A. We've been away a couple of weeks, kind of getting recharged, kind of refocusing our social media, coming up with great ideas for content. And so we took some downtime, but we're back and we're better than ever. We're bigger than ever, and we're going to give you tons of value, and we're going to give you tons of information to help you with your weight loss. So if you're here, give me the thumbs up. If you're watching the replay, give me some hearts. Let me know you're out there as we kick off this Wednesday Q&A. Sean, how are you, sir? Thanks for joining us. So today, our Q&A got a question from Joe about eating out at restaurants. He's trying to lose weight. He's trying to keep his abs. How do you eat in a restaurant? How do you eat out and still keep your abs, right? How do you eat in a restaurant? How do you order things while you're trying to lose weight? And it's a great question. It's one that I get all the time. And I hope that this will help you. So I've got 5 tips. 5 hacks for you, 5 restaurant hacks so that you can eat out in a restaurant and still keep your abs. So number one thing to do is to eat and drink water before you go out to a restaurant. Sounds kind of crazy, right? You're probably asking yourself, Ron, I'm going to a restaurant to eat. Why would I eat beforehand? Well, let me tell you. What you're doing is you're minimizing the risk that you can incur by eating beforehand, any risk that you would take in a restaurant. So if you fill up with water, you drink a protein shake, maybe you have a nutrient-dense home meal before you leave the house and go to the restaurant, you're going to keep yourself satiated and full and keep yourself from overindulging. And that's the big theme when it comes to being in a restaurant. You do not want to overindulge. Do not overindulge. And we'll get into some of the facts about, serving sizes and portions in restaurants. But that's the biggest things. That's why you would maybe eat something, a protein bar, maybe a shake, drink plenty of water before you leave the house to go to a restaurant. That way you're satiated, you won't overindulge, you'll minimize the damage. I use that phrase a lot with clients, we'll minimize the damage. Because going to a restaurant is a normal part of life, and just because you're losing weight doesn't mean you shouldn't step foot in a restaurant, right? We want to spend time with family and friends, go out, have a meal, convenience even. Maybe we're busy moms. Maybe we're busy professionals. So there are ways to do these things and minimize the damage without overindulging. So that's number 1. Eat before you go and drink plenty of water. All right, hack number 2, tip number 2. So that you can eat in a restaurant and not lose your abs, you're going to custom order your meal, okay? Custom order your meal when you're in a restaurant. Very important. Maybe you knew that, maybe you didn't. I kind of feel like people don't recognize the fact that you have the ability as the consumer to order your food the way that you want it. And especially if you're in a weight loss situation, you definitely want to utilize this option. Craig, how are you? Thanks for joining us. You definitely want to utilize that option. These days, consumers are becoming very savvy and health conscious. People are recognizing that dietary restrictions are real and that they're living with them. And in doing that and being aware of that, ordering custom meals at a restaurant, customizing your meal is a necessary thing to do so that you can still live your life like a normal person. And on top of that, restaurants and servers are becoming more flexible and more aware of the fact that people are ordering this way. So one of the more common things that you can do, and probably do already, is when you order a salad, order the dressing on the side, right? Don't have them bring you the salad with it swimming in salad dressing. That's just killing the health benefits of a salad. Order it with the dressing on the side, and never use more than 2 tablespoons of dressing for your salad. So that's a tip. We had dinner at a restaurant one time, and I was getting a steak, and I ordered some veggies. I wanted broccoli. I said, "Yeah, let me have a steak, and I'll have broccoli on the side." Well, of course, they brought the broccoli swimming in butter, and I sent it back. Utilize that option as well. Send it back if you don't think it's going to be good for you. Send it back. So I sent the broccoli back. They brought out some fresh steamed broccoli, and I enjoyed my dinner. Best places to eat. You're taking a risk anytime you go out to eat. So you're always the idea, Lisa. And if you don't see that in the chat, Lisa's asking what are the best places to eat. The best place to eat is the place that you're at. I mean, sometimes you're on the road on 95 and it's all McDonald's and Chick-fil-A and convenience stores. You got to make the best of that, right? So you're always going to be choosing between the lesser of all evils. And we'll get, like I said earlier, we'll get into some of the statistical things. Ideally, you're always going to want to eat at home, but sometimes that's not possible. But you're always going to try to make the best of what you can do with the place that you're at. So that way you don't have to worry about being at one specific restaurant. If you are able to learn these skills, you can take whatever situation you're in and use it to your benefit so that you can continue your weight loss process. Hope that kind of answers your question, Lisa, but it's a good question. So that was number 2. Custom order your meal, especially if you have dietary restrictions. So if that helped you, if you learned anything about that, kind of give me some thumbs up. Let me know that that worked for you. That was some good information. We got 3 more coming up, all right? Number 3, this one's the big one. Oh, thank you for there they are. All right, cool. Number 3, third tip, as far as eating in restaurants and keeping your abs, this is a big one. Eat half the portion. And we're going to get into some of the information about caloric content, but eat half the portion that is served to you. Okay, very, very important. We talked about minimizing the damage, right? So that's one way to minimize it. Eat half the portion, save the rest for later. A couple of years ago, the USDA did a study on meals eaten away from home versus meals eaten at home. And that same meal that was eaten away from home was 134 more calories than that same meal that you prepared and made yourself at home. Okay, so 134 more calories, same dish, right? Just if you eat it out at a restaurant, you're consuming 134 more calories than that same dish prepared by yourself at home. Okay, so what does that mean? Over a year's time, that adds up to 2 pounds per year, an additional 2 pounds per year. Okay, so let that kind of resonate. That's kind of a big deal, especially if you're trying to lose weight. That underscores 2 things. 1, eat half the portion size. 2, try to eat at home, right? Try to eat at home. Try to prepare your own food. If you look at sort of the range of caloric value for certain meals, on average, they can be anywhere from 400 to 600 calories based on the meal, based on the person eating the meal. Okay, so it's a wide range, right? It's just a wide range. But if you look at some of the caloric content or the value of specific meals at restaurants, and one that I can think of is Cheesecake Factory, sometimes those meals are anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200 calories for the entire serving size, which is way too much food for anyone to be eating, especially if you're trying to lose weight. It's almost double. So point being, eat half your portion, save the other half for later. I'm not saying throw it out, but make it 2 meals instead of 1 and move on with your day. Hope that helps you. Hope you learn something from that. And then number 4 of our 5 hacks, or 5 tips for how to eat out at a restaurant and still keep your abs. Number 4, appetizer or alcohol. Appetizer or alcohol. You choose, but never do both, okay? Never do both. And if you're asking me, preferably don't do either. But we're all going to make choices. And if we're faced with that, appetizer or alcohol, but never both. Choose one or the other. Again, minimizing the damage, cutting down the caloric intake, and making choices so that we can continue, to lose weight. Take a sip of water here. All right. Speaking of alcohol, that's number 5. That's a big one with clients. Number 5, alcohol. Should you drink it? Should you not? I'm going to leave that up to you. Okay. If you're in a weight loss situation, however, I will say this: consuming alcohol, if you're trying to lose weight, is the number 1 enemy and will kill your weight loss. Hi, Christina. Hi, Rebecca. That's the number 1 enemy. It's the number 1 enemy. But because I'm here to help you, if you enjoy alcohol or you want to go out and celebrate with some people, right, here's what you can do. Number 1, right, swap water and alcohol. So have a drink, have water, have a drink, have water. Hopefully that's all you have, right? And you've cut the consumption down in half. You've cut the consumption down in half by swapping water in between your drinks, okay? Number 2, right? Stay with the stay with liquor or wine to minimize, and use club soda as a mixer. Never juices or any of the sodas, even if it's Diet Coke. There are chemicals in there that cause cancer and are linked to Alzheimer's. So you shouldn't even be drinking Diet Coke anyway. But stay with the club soda, stay with the liquors. But really, if you're trying to lose weight, again, alcohol is the number 1 enemy. Stay away from it altogether. Okay, so those are our 5 tips, our 5 hacks for restaurants, how to eat out and still keep your abs. Number 1, eat and drink water before you go. Number 2, custom order your meals. Take advantage of that one. That's a great one. I love that. We do it all the time, and restaurants are super open to helping people and serving them. And they're glad to do it. Number 3, eat half your portion. We kind of went through the statistical information on why eating half the portion is beneficial if you're losing weight. Number 4, appetizer or alcohol. One or the other, but never both, and preferably neither. And then the 5th one, alcohol. That's your choice. And I hope that helped you today. If you found any value in any of that information or you learned something, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Let me know that you like that. And like I said, every Wednesday we do these Q&As at 1 o'clock, giving you tons of information to help you stay on track with losing weight in this real world that we live in, right? We don't live in a bubble. We got to eat out at restaurants and things like that. So I appreciate you checking out this Facebook Live. We'll do it again next week. If you guys have any questions, post them in the chat. If you think this will help somebody that you know, tag them in the comments and have them check out the video. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday, and we will talk to you soon, VIPs. See y'all on the Facebook Live.